sake of views. So now would actually be a good time to break the biggest misconception about building a personal brand. You do not need millions of followers to get rich with a personal brand. You just need 1,000 of the right ones. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, John, who I've known for 9 and 8 years. He met when I was 16 or 17. We actually got introduced. That was still in the heyday of me trying to get my agency off the ground. So I've known him for a long time. Now he only has 4,000 YouTube subscribers and 5,000 Instagram followers. Despite his modest following, John makes multiple 5 figures a month with his coaching business. Despite his audience being small, his audience quality is good, so he's still able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from it. Now, this is an example of what I call a micro personal brand. A micro personal brand is a brand that doesn't optimize for audience size, but focuses on audience quality. Too many people look at vanity metrics like followers, subscribers, and likes. Remember, your goal is to get rich. You should be looking at profit per follower. So which audience would you rather have? 1,000 followers at $1 per follower, or would you rather have 1,000 followers at $150 per follower? Okay, of course, you know what the answer is. It's much better to make more money with a small audience. You see, if you're a real estate agent, your goal is not to attract millions of followers with no money. You would rather attract a few thousand followers who are actively looking to buy property. If you are a female personal trainer, your goal isn't to attract millions of male followers. Your focus should be to attract a few thousand women who are actively looking to lose weight. Well, I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, easy enough for you to say, man. You have 5.5 million subscribers, so it's very easy for you to sit on your high horse and say these things. So you know what? Let me go ahead and prove I practice what I preach. This is another one of my channels. It's called Eman Gadji Business. It has about 10, 15,000 subscribers. And by the way, I post on this weekly. You would think that, okay, well, he has a channel with 5.5 million subscribers. Why is he not posting that content on here? Because I'm speaking to business owners and business owners only. On that channel, if you make less than $250,000 a year in your business, it's just too high level and it's actually going to confuse you. It's going to do more harm than is good. So I even practice where I preach, where I actually silo and I segregate and I make content specifically tailored to my ideal client, to my ideal prospect, whatever it may be. So I'm living proof that a niche personal brand can work, because I've even taken my large personal brand and basically turned it into a niche personal brand by having separate smaller channels depending on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, or what sort of prospects or what sort of segment of the market I'm trying to speak to. Now, after this step, focus on answering 2 questions. Who is my perfect follower and how do I attract more of those followers? Next, pick your platform. You see, once you've clarified your intention, the obvious next step is to find a platform to build on. In 2025, you have a variety of different options. You've got X, or Twitter. I will always forever call it Twitter. You've got X, you've got LinkedIn, you've got YouTube, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram. At this point in my personal branding journey, I have built my personal brand using all of them, and I have accumulated approximately 12 million followers in the process. Remember that I am at a different stage in my personal branding journey. Just like you, I had to start somewhere and pick a platform to start with, and for me, that was YouTube. But there's a reason why I chose YouTube as my original platform. Now, I'm gonna be transparent. At the time, I wasn't as calculated as what I'm telling you here today. Like, I wasn't as intentional as I was today, okay? For me, YouTube, I was just a young kid that had a passion for videography, so that's why I chose. Like, there really wasn't that much extra thinking. I always want to be honest with you guys as to like when something was a very good, strategic, intentional decision, and something was just like, I just did something and it worked. And YouTube was really one of those where I happened to upload on it and it happened to be the right decision. But at the time I was just like, okay, well, I like making videos, so let me just post on YouTube. But for you today, let's be more calculated. Okay, there are 3 questions you need to ask yourself. First, which platform matches your intention? Second, which platform suits your skills and hides your weaknesses? Are you building a faceless personal brand or a front-facing personal brand? Now, building your personal brand with clear intention is all about attracting the right audience, but different types of people are more active on different platforms. I mean, let's think about it logically. If you are selling corporate law services, where are you more likely to attract an audience of corporate CEOs? LinkedIn or TikTok? If you're running a photography business and your perfect audience are up and coming influencers that need your services, where would you rather build an audience? X or Instagram? When you are picking your platform, you give yourself a huge head start if you create content where your ideal audience already hangs out, where they already spend their time. The second consideration you need to think about when picking your platform is your personal skill set. I mean, think about it. Every platform requires different skill sets. I had a personal interest in photography and videography, so YouTube actually played to my strengths, so this was a good starting point for me. Platforms like X and LinkedIn required me to get better at copywriting, which wasn't something that I was interested in at that time, and it didn't really play to my strengths. Now today I use them and they're a part of my strategy, but that was something I implemented much further down the line. Now when you are picking your platform, ask yourself what type of content plays to your strengths. If you prefer writing and know you can send a clear message using words, then yeah, stick to LinkedIn and Twitter. If you